Hello my rad friends and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be reviewing the looks from the 2022 Met Gala. These are going to be kind of first impressions, hot takes, just like my immediate reaction and my immediate thoughts on the look. Because I think that's like kind of a fun way to approach it. I mean, I know that all of these looks have a big backstory and a lot of them were like painstakingly created, and also everyone objectively looks fantastic, and I myself have no paragon of style, so I'm not coming from a place of like thinking I'm better than these people, but I just think it's fun because the Met Gala people go really all out and some of the looks get pretty extreme, so I think it's always fun to look through them. So let's get started. The theme this year was gilded glamour, and I think that always gets interpreted a lot of different ways. I think it's supposed to reference the Gilded Age in America, which is roughly like 1870 to 1900. But I also think the glamour aspect of it, people interpreted in a lot of different ways. Some of them like glamour. No. People interpreted that a lot of different ways. The other couple looks I saw were like very literal Gilded Age, 1870, 1900 inspired. Some of them were very like glamour, aka old Hollywood glamour inspired. So there's a lot of different takes on this, and it's gonna be fun to see if we feel like they fit the theme or if they were a hit or a miss. Right off the bat, I'll say there are 216 looks, and I am not going to do 216, but I am gonna, I don't know, try to go through a decent number of them and go through it fairly quickly. There are 3 that I've seen, and right off the bat, I'm going through this list of all the looks. The first one, number 1, is Kim Kardashian in Marilyn Monroe's dress, like that dress. It's been very controversial, and my first take was like I didn't even realize it was the same dress. I thought it was like an inspired by, because the effect on her is so different. Marilyn Monroe looked absolutely naked in that dress. Some of it is because the dress was made to match her skin tone. Some of it was just because it was just very tight and perfectly figure hugging on her, like it cupped her breasts and everything. Kim Kardashian obviously is not the same shape, so it doesn't fit her the same. And also I think that's big shoes to fill. I think she looks objectively good in it, but she doesn't look like Marilyn Monroe in it. And if I hadn't known it was the same dress, I wouldn't realize that. So I will have to say that it's not her strongest look, but I think it does go with the theme. The next one right away is Bella Hadid, and this one I think for me was a big hit. I think the shape of the bodice and the fact that you had a very fitted bodice with like a wrapped draped skirt is reminiscent of certain Gilded Age styles. I mean, 30 years there was a large range of fashions, but I think it's a hit. I think it's just like really tough and badass, but I tend to like, you know, like leather kind of tough looks, so I'm a little biased. Nicki Minaj in Burberry is interesting. I think that they took the idea of historical dress, but it's slightly less literal than Bella Hadid's. But they really went in like a horse riding direction with it, given that it's Burberry. And I like this look a lot. I don't necessarily feel like it's on theme. It seems more like Victorian, a riding habit. It seems a little different, but I really like it. I actually like it a lot. But like I said, I'm partial to these blacks. I'm partial to like kind of tough leather and lace kind of look. Lily James is up next. Girl looks straight up naked. I think I can actually see her crotch. Very bold. She's got more guts than me. I like it. It's very old Hollywood, but with like these ropes and chains. It's very interesting. Did a good job, but like, girl, you are fucking naked, like naked, and you got some guts, because I couldn't do that. Next, we've got Normani and Christian Siriano, and again, black. Again, the hat is very reminiscent of historical fashions, but this time the midriff is completely bare. I think the placement of the waist is a little off. If it's going to be low like that, I think the waistline needed to be shaped a little different or just hang on her hips differently. Like, it doesn't feel like it was made to suit her hips. It needs to go up like a ½ an inch or something, but I absolutely adore the top. I love the hat. I love the velvet. Overall, this is a hit, and I think that this feels a little bit more historical than the last one on Lily James, so I like this one. This one gets a pass. There's a lot of people I'm skipping because I can't pronounce their names. Like this girl in a fierce suit that I'm not even going to try, and maybe that dates me. I'm old. I don't know who these people are, but oh well. Eve Jobs in Louis Vuitton. I think it's terrible. The first thing that I think when I see those big black triangles on her chest are the cutout squares from those girls in The Silence of the Lambs. where he cut those darts out. And I get that that was based on a dressmaking pattern, but I'm sorry, that's the first place my mind went. It doesn't look like it fits her well. How loose is it supposed to be? The waistline's kind of weird. I just don't like it. She doesn't look very happy in it. I'm just saying. I'm not a fan of the look. There's something on her waist. Hold on. Is that? I thought it was a skull. It's just a weird gold swirl thing. I don't know. It's not. Why did I just pick up my computer like an old person? Why didn't I just zoom in? It's not good. Not good. Troubling sign. Troubling sign. Next up, we have Leslie Odom Jr. And it's hard to do new things with menswear without making it look like you're trying really hard, you know? The sleeves are cropped. Okay, I give them points for trying something unique. I'm not a big fan. Maybe it's because the hat is straw. Is it straw? I'm zooming. Okay, I'm actually zooming in and not picking up my computer like an elderly person. I don't know what the hat is. It looks like a tire, actually. Don't know what it is. Not a big fan. I think the crop length of the jacket is really interesting. I like the shape of the jacket. The sleeves are a little bit try-hard, as is the hat. So unfortunately, that's a no. Dwayne Wade in a Versace suit with no shirt. I'm getting Ted Lasso, Jamie, what's his name? Jamie Trant? Yeah. What's that character's name? And in like the 3rd or 4th episode, he shows up to a red carpet event or fundraiser with like a suit without the shirt underneath. I'm getting those vibes, but I do like the addition of the chain and I like the cane. It reminds me, the cane brings it back into like Fred Astaire vibes. So I appreciate that. And I think that maybe kind of makes it go with the theme, kind of old Hollywood glamour type. Sierra in Michael Kors. I don't think it fits the theme. It's a great dress. It's an okay dress. It looks like a dress you'd wear to any other red carpet. And this is the Met Gala. Gala. Anyway, this is like the night to be the most fashion forward. And I'm not feeling that look. Sydney Sweeney and Tory Burch. This white gown is stunning. The corsetry element harkens back to the 1800s, sort of Gilded Age styles, which I like. It's obviously not the exact same type of silhouette, but it's just stunning. And I think the overall styling, keeping everything else really simple. She's floating, you know, she's floating in on this like puff of fabric and she looks beautiful. I love that a lot. Lizzo. Okay, I just came to Lizzo. Lizzo with the flute. How could Lizzo not be with a flute? It's fantastic. Everything Lizzo does is great. She's very adventurous with her style, and I love that. I love the waves in her hair. Are they called like Marcel waves? Yeah, and they're reminiscent to old Hollywood glamour. I love that. This big, huge like cocoon coat is very like 1920s glamour. And the flute, girl, has the flute. A+. A fucking plus. Katy Perry. I can't pass her up because her gown is very reminiscent of specifically Gilded Age fashion. The way it's got a structured bodice with like fabric draped over that. And I love it. So A+ for being on theme. Her titty is out, but it appears that her nipple is showing. Sorry, Katie, didn't mean to zoom in on that. So kudos for the bravery. She also had kind of like this puffed out peplum area with fabric draping from that, similar to the last few. And I just think this is really cool. Miranda Kerr, whose wedding gown was one of my early inspirations for my wedding. I appreciate her, but this look is very boring. Oscar de la Renta, sorry. Okay, was gonna pass this person up, Adjoa Aboa. And this is another Tory Burch gown where it's just, it feels like a Barbie, but not in a good way. It just feels a bit tortured. This is just weird. It's not my favorite. I don't like it. Jasmine Tooks, on the other hand, literally the next person I scrolled down to, fucking gorgeous. Her gloves are killing me. I thought they were snakes at first, and I thought it went really well with the green, but oh my God. She looks like $1 million, and she's got those feathers in her hair. She looks like $5 million. She looks, and then that emerald is ginormous. Oh my God. Stunning perfection. Literally top of the list. Can't get better than that. Lily Allen and Chanel. Hate Lily Allen's dress. Love her dates. I don't know who that is, but he looks great. He looks like Fred Astaire. He understood the assignment. Lily Allen, I hate it. I love Lily Allen, so it pains me to say that. Odell Beckham Jr. Maybe I'm biased towards green. I don't know what Is he supposed to look like a monk? Rosalia in Givenchy. The dress is exquisite. I can only see the back. It could have nothing on front and I would still be sold. Absolutely stunningly glamorous. Oh gosh, these people are so glamorous, I don't even know. Can I say that everyone just looks amazing? Even the people that I'm like, I don't like it, they still look amazing. But this is just, I can't even. Like, how do you even be that glamorous? That dress fits her perfectly. Got some good tailors. Olivia Rodrigo, she's got butterflies in her hair. I love the gloves. The dress, the draping on the top is beautiful, and I feel like the rest of the dress was an afterthought. So that is unfortunate. When you have the butterflies in your hair, you're saying like, I'm gonna do something off the wall, and then you like you don't go all the way, then I don't know. It feels like waist up, fantastic. Waist down, I'm asleep. Russell Westbrook, again, top hats, love it. Love Fred Astaire. Love that this is with like a skirt or a kilt, whatever you want to call it. Kendall Jenner and Prada. I'm kind of bored of the Kardashians and the Jenners, and this dress is like dramatic and all that, but it's, I don't know, it's a giant train with ruffles. I don't know. But what I'd rather talk about is Cardi B, who you look at Kendall Jenner and I guess she's, you know, she's like classy or something. I don't want classy. That's boring. I want Cardi B in Versace. And I love Versace's take on this. I love they're like, what if we took all of our rad ass chain belts from like the 80s and just like made a dress out of that. So she's literally gilded, but it's also with like their signature chains. And it's beautiful. She looks like a statue. She looks like a goddess, you know, like in a dream or something, or like an icon, like a religious icon. She looks amazing. And I love it. The hair is perfect with it. I think anything else would have been a mistake. It's up, but it's a little bit tousled, so there's some volume to match the dress, and just like the little bits of hair that aren't like sleeked back kind of go with the fact that there's like dangling chains on the dress, and it's not gloves. It's literally just like chains wrapped around her arms. That's freaking cool. And she's literally gilded. So right on theme, Cardi B. Kylie Jenner. It's boring, and then she tried to make it less boring by putting a baseball cap on to show that she's cool. That's all I have to say about that. Oscar Isaac. Okay. He's wearing, it looks like it's a dress, but with tailoring details. There's piping, and I love the idea of this. However, the shirt part of it looks a little bit too much like when people would buy like those t-shirts, like those joke t-shirts that have like the tuxedo on them. That's what the shirt part is reminding me of. Something about the execution of impression of a bow tie, and then like is it one piece or is it actually layers? I think it's one piece with like the fake lapel trim sewn on. Wonderful idea. Not executed the best, but definitely points for the cool idea. Kourtney Kardashian in Tom Brown. Once again, this is the sort of deconstructed suit thing to just have like long pieces of fabric draped with the tailoring lines. It just looks like someone used her skirt to make blueprints. Cara Delevingne, also pretty much naked. I really like her look. She's literally gilded once again, very goddess-like on the top, but then she paired it with a red suit. It's very unique. I have to say something about there's like nipple covers. That seems a little like clunkily executed. So there were some executions. It's like body paint. And I think like the jewelry's pretty, but I feel like the body painting itself was not done well. And that takes away from it. Kid Cudi in this blue. I love it. I love the cape. The cape is very reminiscent of what a lot of men wore during the Gilded Age. And it's kind of in an unexpected color, that bright blue. And it's really fun. The sleeves are fun. The sleeves are a little bit 1700s, a little bit, 18th century. But I like that. I like it. It's a fun take. Khloe Kardashian needs to take a page from Cardi B's book. I mean, she's literally in the background of her photo. Khloe cannot hold a candle to her. It's a boring gold dress. And yes, it fits the bill, but it's just, the whole family, their looks are very like, it's like, this is the one time of year where you're supposed to go all out. And they just like didn't. They have the funds and they have the popularity to get something more off the wall, but it's just boring. And how embarrassing that her photo literally has someone wearing a similar dress, but like better right behind her. I have to stop at Gwen Stefani. I don't hate the dress. I don't understand how it fits the theme. I don't hate the execution. I don't feel like it fits the theme in any way, shape, or form. But, you know, it's Gwen Stefani. She's always kind of just done whatever she wanted. I'm on the fence about this. I had a very visceral reaction to it. I don't know if that was a good reaction or a bad reaction, but I was instantly like, that's a dress. I like the interesting sort of cuff detail, too. The flowers, I think, are a little gross. They look bad. Dove Cameron came out trying to be a literal bird. I guess, you know, when you are a bird for a name. Taylor Hill, gorgeous over the top. The embroidered silk or whatever, satin or whatever that is very reminiscent to me of the like exquisite detailing that would go into 19th century gowns. And that embroidery is gorgeous. Aquafina looks awkward. And I wonder how many other people made that joke. She doesn't look like that dress fits her essence, her personality, her vibe. I don't know. It looks like it's a very fun dress, but it's like it's on the wrong person. This dress just is joyless. Emily Ratakowski. Now, this is one of the few other dresses that I have seen. And this was originally from like a 1992 runway from Versace. And I saw pictures of it on the Versace model. And I thought it looked better. Not that this woman isn't a model or model gorgeous, but I think it fit their frame. I think that for her, it overwhelms her. She is a little bit more petite in the shoulders and it feels like it's wearing her. But this is a very interesting take other people have done. It's like a top that is jewelry. I don't feel like it fits the theme, but it is fun and it is bold and out there. So it's appropriate for the event. Lily Aldridge, I'll say briefly, I love the scarf and I love the shape of the train and the gloves. The rest of the dress is a snooze fest, but maybe that's on purpose to draw your attention to, I don't know what I like about the train so much, the fact that it's so square and not like sweeping. And then with the head wrapped in the scarf like that. So I was prepared to say I didn't like it because the dress was plain, but I actually love it. I love it. I'd wear that. Oh, Simone Ashley. I just watched Bridgerton. And so girl went far away from historical costuming, which like I don't blame her. She just starred in like a costume drama, which I like. I can appreciate that. The bodice looks like stippling of breasts, which is very cool. I don't know how it relates to the theme, but it's a very interesting look. And I appreciate that she's showing us another side of her. It would have been very easy to put the actress that was just in a very popular costume drama in a Gilded Age costume or something historical, but they went a different direction. Oh my gosh, Chloe Bailey. It looks like she's got a tumor on her hip. I don't like it. I think it's trying too hard to be different. Sorry, girl. Okay, Alessandro Michele, Dakota Johnson, and Jared Leto. They look like the twins from The Shining. They're matching exactly with their hair side parted up in a clip. And I love it. I like this as a group presentation. Dakota Johnson's dress is gorgeous. I don't know if it's a dress or those pants. She's kind of crossing her legs. I can't tell. It's gorgeous. It's very like naked, covered in jewels, which seems to be a very common theme that people are coming, they themselves are gilded rather than being dressed, if that makes sense. So I think that seems to be a common interpretation of the theme. But I just love the presentation with the twins. I love it. I like it a lot. Kate Moss in a Burberry gown. I love that gown. It looks very soft. It looks tailored, but at the same time luxuriously supple. And that's a good combination to have, in my opinion. I'm a big fan of velvet, wearing my velvet blazer. And once again, she is our fashion queen here. She looks really good. Maisie Williams, Arya Stark, has no eyebrows, and she has turned into Medusa. I love the dress. I think the styling is intentionally bold and a little bit disturbing. I think they were maybe going for more of a 1920s cap, but they decided to make it a little different, but now it looks like she has snakes on her head. Don't look directly at her. You'll turn to stone. Gigi Hadid, also rocking what looks like a latex dress with corsetry similar to her sister. This one with a gigantic puffer coat. It's ostentatious. It's over the top. It's beautiful. The color of her lips perfectly is like lacquered to match the dress. I really like it. I like the corsetry detail to bring back, once again, reference to Gilded Age. And I just really like this. She looks like the most fabulous villain. Tessa Thompson is wearing a dress that does not suit her, and I feel bad for her. Maybe that's just her posing for pictures face, but she looks like she's not happy. She's a beautiful, strong woman, and this dress infantilizes her in the wrong way. It's not like a clever juxtapositioning of her strength with softness. It just doesn't hit the mark for me. Bad Bunny looks like that coat was made for someone taller and he switched in at the last minute. I don't like it. Claire Danes, love the veil across her face. I'm in love with it. The dress is very 1920s and she pulls it off. I like that it's an antique color. It's very like old, glamorous, like 20s look. She wears it well. Jessica Chastain in Gucci. Oh my lord. The snakes, the red, the sequins, the turban. I love it. This is everything. I want it so bad. I want it so bad. It's very old Hollywood glamour, but like a little bit demonic with the snakes. Okay, next is Megan Thee Stallion in Moschino. Holy shit. Look at those wings. Look at those shoulder pieces. I have to say, the wing detailing on the shoulders, I thought Cardi B looked like a goddess. She's making her look like the golden calf while Megan Thee Stallion is over here looking like the true goddess. Holy shit. I'm sorry. I thought it was like Cardi B was up here. No, Megan Thee Stallion has topped her as the golden goddess of the evening. Michael Kors and Sigourney Weaver. Did they like come together? That's a strange combo. They both look like they're trying not to get noticed, so I will heed their wishes and not notice them. Nicola Coughlan. Is that how you say her?
Nicola Coughlan.
Nicola Coughlan. Okay. Nicola Coughlan, also from Bridgerton. At first glance, it reminded me of that Tory Burch gown I hated, but actually it's got all these like three-dimensional bits coming off it. And I do like how just crazy over the top that is. The Gilded Age is all about like excess and exhibiting your wealth. And I think that like they would just do crazy over the top shit. And it's kind of bold of her to kind of come in more of a historical themed gown because she's just coming off the historical dramas. However, this gown is so gorgeous. Those sleeves, I would like, if someone was like, will you wear this dress with these sleeves in a heartbeat? I'd be like, yes, those sleeves are amazing. I like it. Oh, this is like the third one that I really saw ahead of time, and that is Billie Eilish. I do not like this look for a couple reasons. Number one, I think that the color of the sleeves was supposed to be more of the color of the bodice, but it's not, and it's clashing in a like a kind of gross way. It's like more mint on the bodice and then more like a sage green on the arms, and I don't like the juxtapositioning of also that purple flower is just like not quite the right color purple. So the colors of this throw it off for me. In this picture, I think she looks great. I've seen pictures of this from the back and I don't think, you can see that the corset doesn't fit right. And it looks like they haven't accounted enough for the size of her bust, and it's causing like the boning and parts of it to like bow out where it should be rigid, or maybe they didn't use like the right materials. It just looks like they went 90% there and then phoned the last 10% in, like, oh, that lace is close enough color, or like, oh, this cheap plastic boning will be good enough to give that like rigid Gilded Age structure, because this is a very historical dress. And if you're going to be this historic, like reference historical gown this closely, it's got to be well executed, right? This is not just like loosely inspired modern take. This is like, we're trying to look like a very historical garment. It pains me to say that because I love Gucci a lot, but I'm like, what is this dress? I don't know, man. I think I hate the colors, and it makes me pick apart the rest of the dress. If the colors were better, maybe I would be more forgiving on like slight fit issues. Also, as a busty gal myself, it is so hard to get clothes to fit your boobs, and it is especially hard in the world of high fashion where they're not used to that. So Billie, they did you dirty. You're a beautiful woman and you deserve better than that. Case in point, Precious Lee, that corset looks fantastic and it looks great on her, and it looks like they made a real corset. And it is, if they're gonna go for a real corseted look, you gotta make a good, well-made corset, which they did. And she looks fantastic. I fucking love her dress. Oh, once again, these bold people with their nakedness. She's just wearing underwear. Oh, ooh. Tiana Taylor Those are beautiful tie-dye pieces. And what is going on your face? You have a cage face. It looks like you're wearing that device from A Clockwork Orange where they had to peel his eyes open. First thought came into my head. Girl, what did you do that they're doing that to you? Your Beethoven will be ruined for you forever. Bradley Cooper, you look extremely boring. What are you wearing? Stephen Jones and Amy Fine Collins, you understood the assignment. Look at them. Okay, right on the heels of Bradley Cooper wearing Louis Vuitton, we also got Ho Yang Chung in Louis Vuitton, also looking like boring as fuck. Like on trend with the cutouts, blah, 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 blah. But like, girl, this is the Met. What are you wearing? It wasn't her choice. Poor girl. I mean, it's just an excuse to go balls to the wall, and you got put in a little cropped dress with boob cutouts? Unfortunate. Chloe Fineman, very quirky, but she's a quirky lady, so I like it. Stromae. Is that Stromae? Is that how you pronounce that? I'm not hip these days, but Stromae in Cartier jewelry. I don't know what suit that is. It's an amazing suit. I love the embroidery. And then that Cartier bow tie. Jeez, how much do you think that cost? You think that cost more or less than my house? I'm thinking probably more. Who is this person? Frederick Robertson. And why does he look? He looks like he just came out of that movie, The Cell, with Jennifer Lopez. Remember that? He's like my nightmare. So good job, nightmare. Ooh, Louisa Jacobson. Ooh, is also naked, but she's actually wearing some sort of beige undergarment. But I thought it was shrimps. I thought she had a dress where she was covered in shrimp. So maybe they should have reshaped those laurels a little bit. Quanah Chasing Horse is delivering another look at this map, which is just really gorgeous, very celebrating indigenous culture. But yet also over the top, and it's going again with that sort of jewelry as the top thing that a lot of the women have gone to. She's very like gilded with jewelry, and I love it. I love the feathers in her hair. And the eyeshadow, I'm really into like pastel blue eyeshadow right now. So she looks gorgeous. It's a beautiful combination between the jewelry and the dress. Evan Mock looks like he should be selling me paint. Is he a Dutch boy? Maybe. Emma Stone and Louis Vuitton. And this is a very plain look. She has got, and I wish I didn't know this because this is maybe, I said I saw 3, maybe I saw like 4 looks. I haven't seen like 95% of these. And people were like, what the fuck? She looks like really plain. And then she was like, what's my wedding gown? And I believe in re-wearing it. But I think that's kind of a cop-out. And the Louis Vuitton, their fashion has like not impressed me through this whole event. And it's a beautiful wedding gown. That's not what I'm saying. Points for sustainability, minus some points for it still being quite plain. Ashley Park is amazing in this dress. This dress is very cool. I love the corset, and I also love that it's like the type of corsets that tie on top of the shoulders, but then those look like they're falling down. Very sexy and alluring, and this, I think it's feathers on the bottom. It's very ostentatious. The shape of it, the shape of the dress reminds me of the Gilded Age, but it's made in a totally unconventional feathers, and I like it, although at first glance it looked like a Brillo pad, but in a good way. Does that make sense? Okay, I'm sort of honing in on the Louis Vuitton looks because I've kind of talked trash about them. Cynthia Erivo is wearing a Louis Vuitton purse, and she's got some like diamond bracelets, some big stones. Those are gorgeous. And it's like a lace dress, kind of like weird fitting, kind of simple. They're clearly trying to show off the bag. I don't like it. I don't know. I feel bad. I still feel bad what I said about Emma Stone because I feel like I was like, oh, she should wear some jewels. But then I'm thinking about like, I don't know. Where were those jewels mined and by who? Were they by children or slaves? Maybe. Maybe she's just more ethical than me and she was thinking about those things that I'm not like putting a lot of depth of thought into. But I just don't know. I don't know. I would love to know more about her look. But in a way, isn't that a successful look? Isn't that a successful look if we're talking about it? So Mindy Kaling looks great. She looks like a goddess in that dress. That color of purple is beautiful on her skin. And that necklace is like perfect. It's like the perfect length that like fits in the V of the dress just perfectly. And that is like a hard thing. I always struggle with that. So I appreciate that. Chloe Kim looks like one of those bridesmaids that has the flower petals inside the dress. Sorry, not sorry. I don't like it. Charlotte Tilbury looks like her makeup. She's packaged in cheap gold-colored plastic. Maud Apatow, on the other hand, looks stunning. And look at her all grown up. I swear, I guess I just saw her in like This Is 40 not too long ago. But yeah, that was maybe like 10 years ago. It was a long time ago now. And I'm getting old. So, oh, kids grow up so fast these days. But she looks stunning. I love the shape of the bodice. This whole like lace, but with the dripping bead work. But it flows beautiful. She looks like it's like liquid. And she looks like the epitome of Hollywood glamour. Amy Schumer looks like she's trying out to be in The Matrix. And it doesn't look well, the sleeves look too long or something. I don't know. Jon Batiste looks impeccable. Not surprised. That velvet jacket. I mean, I think if you guys have noticed, the theme is if it's velvet, I'll like it. So, Amy Griffin, holy shit. I don't know what those are earrings? I like the way the earrings complement the lapels. I like the lapels. It's a very unique look. And I find it interests me and intrigues me. So that's a win. Because there's a lot of dresses on here a lot of outfits I'm skipping over that don't, or some that are just like screaming for your attention too hard. It's like you're trying too hard. This is edited and glamorous, and it has these beautiful lines and this beautiful shape. Speaking of trying too hard, the very next photo I'm seeing, Jordan Roth. I don't like it, and that's all I'm going to say. It's trying way too hard. This is another name I'm going to butcher. I would think Isabel Bomecki, but this is what?
Isabel Baum.
Isabel Baum.
Isabel Baum.
Don't know if that's right. But her dress is really pretty. It's like this gold fabric, like gold lame fabric or something. It's very interesting. I love that they're like, oh, you want a corset? The whole dress is corset. Corset on corset on corset. I like that. It's a very playful, because when we think of the Gilded Age, we think of the Victorians, we think of heaving bosoms and corsetry. And, this takes that and plays with it. And also I love that edgy shit. I love like the leather and the laces, and I like that. I think that's like cool. We are nearing the end. Tommy Dorfman in this beautiful, is that like a latex green gown? Yeah, the other thing that always gets me is dark green. If you're wearing velvet or dark green velvet, I'm automatically going to love you. And I love this. I like the cutouts. She looks really good in them, and I like it a lot. I like that little purse. Who's that little purse by? I don't know. It's really cute. I like it. Yeah, it's a great outfit. I'd wear that. Oh, there's a lot. Oh, would I? With the cutouts? The belly button's covered. I think I would wear that. And there are very few dresses with stomach cutouts that I would wear, and I would wear that. That's a gorgeous gown, and they look gorgeous in it. And then getting towards the end, Blake Lively. Now, Blake Lively, I think silhouette is very Gilded Age, right? But I love the Art Deco detailing in the bodice. So it's very Gilded Age silhouette, but Hollywood glamour kind of era to the detailing. And so I think it like harkens both ideas, because some people were doing a very literal gilded, some people were doing the Gilded Age, and some people were doing Hollywood glamour. And she somehow is managing to do all three. This is a dress that you can't stop looking at. Like, you just want to keep looking at it. And that is exquisite. The gown is exquisite. I've seen all of these, there's about 3 or 4, maybe 5 that I've seen that are truly exquisite. And this is definitely one of them. Well, we got to get done because my cat is getting impatient, but we are almost done. Anna Wintour in Chanel. Who was the other one in a very similar Chanel? That was Lily Allen. Okay, had to pause and get the cat. But at least this is something slightly different. Still, not a huge fan. Almost done. Almost done. We're nearing the end. It's been forever. I've been filming for over an hour. Okay, Emma Chamberlain, I swear to God, I did not recognize her wearing Louis Vuitton. I'm surprised that Louis Vuitton even put this like yellow top on her. I wouldn't be surprised if it was just like a plain white top, and then at the last minute they were like, no, we got to do something to it. It's not glamorous. It's not golden. It's not referencing the Golden Age. It's not over the top. It's very chic. I hardly recognize her. It's not my favorite look. What do you think, Pablo? Do you like it? He shook his head no. He doesn't like it, so I don't like it. And he's partial to white looks. because he's a white cat. Okay, and then this is the last one I'm going to talk about. It's the second to last picture, and that is Vanessa Hudgens in Moschino, and it is very historical, very almost like late, like 1890s, 1900 looking, which is cool with the shaped sleeve. It's pretty. It just looks like several other dresses that were worn that night. Like nothing show-stopping, and it is fine. And that's how we're gonna end it. Those are all of my first impressions, quippy takes, hot takes, sassy comments, and sometimes overanalyzing of the looks that were worn on Monday night, this first Monday in May 2022. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you liked this video. I just thought this would be fun and a good way to ease myself back into getting videos out after taking a bit of a break because I was focusing on my singing projects. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you next time.